Well, the Trump administration is trying to make Europe pay for its security, fair enough. Europe is doing that, but without the US for the next couple of years, it will be difficult. So that's the approach of the EU, of NATO, to make sure that the United States is not going away. And the United States is not going away. Turkey is an interesting country in as far as they are a member of NATO, and at the same time, they are trying to have good relations with Russia, with China, and so on and so forth. For the Trump administration, that does not seem to be a big problem, but at the same time, since Turkey ordered some Russian military equipment, ordering US equipment is on hold right now. So Turkey is interesting for both the EU, NATO, because it's part of NATO, and the US. And it depends at the moment, it seems, on the leadership, and that they understand each other. I think the EU and always sees Turkey as an important country, but still the integration process is on hold because of domestic policies. That doesn't concern, at least at the moment, not the US administration. So yes, they are very interested in working together, but further integration within the EU is not foreseeable. Turkey is a very strong military country. So if the US is doing less, then Turkey is becoming more prominent. At the same time, EU countries who are in NATO are also beefing up their security, but they cannot eliminate, or they cannot, do that what the US is doing, and the same goes for Turkey. So it's a moment of change, and Turkey is an interesting partner because not only are they part of NATO, but they also, as I said before, have contacts with other countries, and it might be an interesting partner also as a mediator. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not so sure if one needs trust at the moment. I think you can build security relations without trust to a certain point. If Turkey is well interested in obtaining US military equipment, you need trust from the US government that you don't do the wrong things. But in general, I think the necessity in a very volatile world to work together is a huge catalyst, and I'm not so sure if you need trust at that moment. That does not mean you don't need trust for a future cooperation. But as a starting point, as we did in the Cold War, just work together, and through that working together more intensely, you get your trust back.